Hello, everyone. How are you guys? Thank you, everyone, for your patience. I'm sorry if I'll be a little low energy today. Still recovering, though doing a lot better. Hello. Hello, Feral, Tsunami, Warlock, Dislokin. Oh, so great to see you guys. Not much. MP drained, yeah. Oh, hello, Molgaro. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone, for joining. And yeah, a little bit drained, but I really want to do this. And knowing myself, I will feel a lot better having done this. I'll feel a little productive. I feel I'll have done the thing that I set out to do. So yeah. Let me fire up Blender and everything. We can pretty much get straight into things. It's gonna be interesting because I'm gonna explain a little bit of the process. This is gonna be interesting. I have to check if I don't believe that for a second, Tsunami. It's like every day, every hour, it feels like you're uploading a banger on Molgaro's Discord. For those of you who don't know, we have our own Discord. My Discord, as in one, general community, but combustion focused. But also been spending a lot of time over at Molgaro's Discord. I think this is like a link tree. Yes, and you'll find his Discord over there. Especially, it's really good, I think, really good, especially if you're of the artistic persuasion. It's like the definition of a chill space. And yeah, it's funny, there's some crossover. There's always been some crossover, but it's, gotten to know more people over there as well. So I can't speak highly enough about it, so do check that out. And then we fire up Substance Painter. And then, rather than muting Discord like I've been doing, I'm gonna just take down the audio if I can. I can't. Okay. I guess I'll have to shut down Discord. Really, I can't access the audio? Like, I'm in the volume mixer and I have access to like volume on Blender, which I don't think ever emits any audio, but not for Discord. Maybe they're doing the... Do you guys remember Skype and how you could never freaking X out of that program? It would just minimize itself. Because that's good user design, right? So I'm not allowed to mute Discord because Discord thinks itself so important. But if I don't do that, everybody here on stream are gonna think they're getting Discord messages. Okay. Right, let's talk a little bit about what we're doing today before we get straight into it. We're making a boss character for my video game, Combustion. And it's an early... Actually, it's the first boss you kind of have an encounter with. I guess if it was like in Zelda terms, it would actually be a mini-boss. And essentially what it is... I'm spamming consoles right now, but context is important. So you have that video game, Combustion, right? Which is, low poly action adventure RPG type game, where you play as this police cat called Calico, and your basic role is to maintain order and restore order from chaos. That's like the proper term. Bring order to chaos. And in doing so, there's various criminal elements you have to deal with. Oh, sorry, Warduck. Yeah, Nightbot's really trigger happy. Is there some setting for that? I do want to just check that, because I don't want to silence the good people on the stream here. Maybe I'll check that out later, but actually I found it. Excess caps. I can turn that off. So there's still ban words. I'm gonna have links disabled for now. It means I can see them and sort of approve them. I'll try it in all caps. Hello, Dave, you rascal. And so essentially what we're dealing with in combustion terms here is that we're going to be making a boss character for a criminal gang, which calls themselves the Critters. Yeah, the Critters gang. And the whole thing about that is there's a lot of, we'll get into more deeper thematics, but in the world of combustion, as you will see or have seen, everybody is an animal character, right? Though they do not see themselves as animals, like we wouldn't see. We differentiate ourselves from animals. And in this world, that's sort of one of the most offensive things you can do in this world is sort of imply and infer that the person is like an animal. And that's typically something they say about people who do crimes in combustion. It's like you've sort of forfeited your person civilian nature. And so then you have the Critters gang, which sort of anarchistically embrace that sort of we are all bad things you think about us. They revel in it. So we'll be making a boss sort of the second in command actually of this gang. Actually I have let me bring up I need to check on something. If it would load. There we are. Thank you, Mira. I have some recommendations for project things. Maybe I think that would be kind of a boring stream, how to plan things, but I definitely do have recommendations for those interested. And one of them that I like is Miro, M-I-R-O. It's sort of a mind map tool. And I'm currently looking for... Yeah. Give me just 1 second here and we'll go straight into Blender. There we are. Wonderful. Now, actually I think why can't There we are. You'll notice something about this. This is Blender 2.79. I've talked about this. Now, why am I using this? Well, it kind of has to do with how combustion is set up as a project. You know, there's a lot of things shared between characters, specifically the armature. There's several shared armatures. And for compatibility reasons, because you know combustion started with this system, I'll be doing this here. I'll actually try and avoid doing that as much as possible on streams because call this like a bad habit. But it's necessary right now in terms of where combustion is in production. And you'll see some of the justifications for using 2.79, which you know, if you're starting out if you're doing stuff in Blender, even if it's low poly, don't use 2.79. It's basically me being something of an old dog. Let me check one thing here. Yeah. Give me just 1 second, guys. Just because we'll be saving in different folders and everything, and I do not want things spoiled. I just have to make a save. Save. There we are. Move all over OBS. Routine. And I can save. Perfect. Perfect. Just standard bitrate. Mr. Again, is the bitrate on stream bad? Like, are things blurry on stream right now? If so, I think there's one thing I could do. Okay, can anybody answer? Is anybody else experiencing the issues Miss Lacan is experiencing? Sorry about that. A little cough. But yeah, if anybody could answer if their stream quality and everything is... Okay. Strange. No, it's good. It's good. I think it's better that you say something rather than, yeah, losing another stream to technical snafus. Actually, I haven't hit record yet. Even though I have a big fat post-it note about it. Well, man, we're recording. Okay, let's get into this then. So, we're gonna be making a boss character for Combustion, for a criminal gang, as I said, which is one of the earlier bosses that you will encounter in the game. And what I'm thinking about is actually, you know, this person, this thing that I currently have with the nickname Crazy, like the second in command. And I was thinking that thinking generally what would make this more interesting. And, various concepts, leap immediately into your head when you think about things like this. Especially I typically start with animal species. That's like a big, if not the biggest determiner of something's design. I was actually thinking about doing like a poll or something, but I don't think I know how, and I don't have the energy for it. But what would be the most interesting animal to do this sort of thing with? But I was saying, the sort of the immediate thought that you get is something, for instance, like a cackling hyena, or the typical animal species which has antagonists. I'm actually thinking we go take it in a different direction. So, I need one reference first. Pardon me, I'm just looking things up. Oh, that's actually interesting. Oh, I found an art reference that actually uses wireframes. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Ah, yes, the Recountant soundtrack is of course in here. There we are. So my immediate thought was actually, okay, we think about, you know, call it more harmless species of animals. My mind actually went to a rabbit. And there's some reasons behind this. I think I want to do follow-up, starting with a plane of all things. Let me open a separate blender here. Wonder if this is gonna show. Oh, okay. It's missing his texture. Yeah, so we have a little neon pink calico here for reference, just so we get the size down. Because this will actually be a little bit larger. So we're going full Watership Down on this boss character with a great deal of diesel punk attachments. If anybody of you have seen the movie The Warriors, you know, if you've seen a 70s movie that practically I would say inspired at least half of the entire beat 'em up genre. But it's a very fun, if silly movies. You know, it's not very realistic about how that thing is, but it's sort of like you lean into that and you think about, okay, just starting with the body here, just racing straight to it because I'm eager to start, blocking things out. This character will be. Typically all characters are, or most characters I would say, are about the size of Calico or even larger usually, especially, well, at least those who are a threat to Calico. There was indeed a game of the Warriors. Oh, hello, Vortist. Nice of you to join. Sorry, I'm still a little bit sick, so expect low energy and stumbling over words. Actually, we won't. At least this choosing to be very chill today, which is nice. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. But, you know, I'm feeling a lot better now, and I really wanted to do this and feel if I didn't do this, I would regret not doing that. Hmm. Just thinking a little bit about how we want to do this leg. Let's give it like another loop for now and shrink it down later if we have to. Or reduce the polygons rather. I'm actually probably very likely. Oh, fitting timing on the music. Probably we're going to be doing a stream tomorrow as well, because I have been commissioned by Waradoc here for something of an art test for a project he's working on. And when we talked about it, one of the sort of references that was brought up was Crystal Chronicles. And I get a rabbit leg reference here. Of course, I'll Googling rabbit leg, and of course all I get is meat and recipes. Let's see if we can find a good one. It's kind of funny that happened a little bit when I was making Bolgaro, but it's still a little bit tricky for me to make legs. Just gonna remove doubles here. This is called merge by distance in Neuroblender. But also, as we've experienced, Blender likes to change things around. We're gonna remove Calico a little bit while we It's just not blocking things in right now. Will it look better this way, I wonder? That's interesting, because when we were making Bolgaro, I started with the face, I think. And then we did the rest of the body, and now we're doing something opposite here. And yeah, but the other thing is, you'll notice that I'm kind of making this without concept arting anything, which is something, you know, if I was quicker at drawing, I would definitely be doing that, but alas, I'm not at that level yet. But I have like a good idea how I want things to look in the 3D space. We can actually oh, nice, Warlock. Do tell if you have any troubles with that. Again, we're talking about tools that I like to use, game development affiliated things. Just a few I like to recommend. depending on, you know, size of the project and everything. Probably a lot of you have heard about stuff like Trello. Trello's good for just getting some kind of plan down, so you don't have the symptom of being unsure of what to do. That's always a tricky one for a developer. Like, okay, where do I start? And you also get, it's a little bit also developer psychology in that if you don't know exactly what you should be doing, let me just add some triangulation here. This you see how that adds, connects, sort of gives a connecting line like that. Helps with the shape. But yeah, being uncertain of what to do is kind of annoying. And I really like Confluence. You basically like make a wiki for your own project. And it's really helpful, not only for yourself, but for onboarding people, I guess you would call it. Let's see. You know, this is super rough right now, but trust the process. And you'll see, much like last streams, I like to select vertices, double press G, just move them around so this has room for elbow deformation. The thing is, I'm probably gonna be copying skeleton from something like Calico, just because that's easy. And then, sorry. And then we're gonna modify it, because, you know, you look at Calico skeletons and just the tail alone, you know, it's not going to be reusing any of Calico's animations, because, you know, it's going to be much taller than Calico, you know, anyways. And another reason why I picked a rabbit is, you know, it's kind of a little bit to establish that, you know, it depends on the work of fiction you're dealing with, but sometimes there's a thing, a contrast between carnivores and herbivores in anthropomorphic animal fiction, like a schism or division or anything. I think one of the reasons why I'm doing this with a rabbit is also to kind of establish that that's not one of the motifs of combustion to a huge degree. Because the thing about combustion is, there's a lot of things about combustion, but one of the things is that it's all animal characters, and the intent is a little bit of things that happen with characters in the game happens to anyone universally. You know, from good things to bad things. Compassion, violent tendencies, all of that stuff. And what I imagine is crazy over here is like a little bit obsessed with this sort of projection of not being sort of a prey animal type deal. I think it like vehemently eats meat, does things you typically don't associate with herbivore, if only to upset. I know the anatomy is kind of whack right now, but we'll get to it. Combat-wise, I think it's very interesting. Have you seen rabbits fight? Sort of punching involved. This is ties in a little with our Final Fantasy VII streams. You know, think of a character like Tifa who is going toe to toe against these enemies by punching things. I'm thinking kind of like a fist-based weapon, you know, the Dieselpunk equivalent of knuckle dusters or something. And kicking, of course, yes. I mean, actually, I brought some carbonated water. Almost forgot to drink it. Ooh. Sippy sips. Skål, as we say in Norway. It's actually kind of funny that there's a few more Norwegians now that I know thanks to doing this stream, but also like Blue Sky and such. A lot of Norwegians on there. Yeah, this is all sorts of whack. Just gonna experiment with something here. I need to rewatch that one video Molgaro did. Like, he did something really cool about this area of the model. Gives everything a little bit more definition. I think we need this. Organic shapes are typically hard to do. Can't say I'm a big fan of that, but we'll leave it for now. Oh yeah. So lot of starfishing going on right now. You know, if it's really terrible, we just start over, you know. See how it is compared to Calico. I want him kind of lanky. Oh, thank you, Molgaro. I think basically just feel very free if you think some of the stuff that I do is very confusing or something. You just hit me up and explain to me that there's a better way. Hey, we actually will do a separate thing with the gloves, so we'll leave that off for now. But very sharp knees. I think we want... Yeah. A little bit more shaping like that. So we get a little bit of leg like that. All right. Let me just share a link about that. Sorry, I was caught up in my own modeling. I have actually uploaded everything now, in terms of VODs. So let's see. Okay, in case anybody is curious, that's a link to my YouTube channel. You'll find some other stuff there as well. Like trailers, things I've previously done, other projects. But yeah, that's also where the VODs go. There we go. There we go. It's very funny. It's you know, a little bit of a self meme, but it's very funny how the raccoon guy thing has stayed and spread, and how many people now that I know, you know, just immediately affiliate or associate raccoons with me, and you know, it's very funny, I think. We need like a stand-in for the tail, I think. It's a trademark I'm happy to see flourish. Just thinking about how I want to do the tail. They of course have a very... How do I make this look raggedy, I wonder? Smooth shade that. It's a more organic shaping. Let's grab the old sculpting tools. See what we can do to... Yeah. This is the fixed version, I think. You hear it. Yes, this is the famous Resident Evil basement theme. We got just a sample of how it sounded in the director's cut version of the game. But this is how it's supposed to sound, because the assigned instruments are supposedly wrong. And it's not a great track in itself, but this fixed version is definitely better. Thank you everyone for for the warm raccoon words. Oh. Okay. Changing expressions in old Blender makes the model vanish. That's interesting. Kind of crazy that at some point I didn't really like Metal Gear Solid 2, but now I really like Metal Gear Solid 2. Definitely one of the future possible stream games. That and the original, of course. But you know, I got to space things out. I'm not contemplating Final Fantasy VII. You know, we're so very not far into the game, I feel. Even though we've been playing a few streams now, and it's like, I'll have to consider, do I follow through? Is there an interest to follow through? Should I follow through if I sort of start running out of things to say? We'll see. That's something I think all streamers have to figure out. I think I know exactly what I want. Let's start with get the basics of the glove in, shall we? Rotate like so. Very interesting. Like little trick I did there. You see how just rotating that and doing that little, suddenly this square shape suddenly seems a little bit more organic than this. It's the easy trick. It's gonna be some big gloves. Let's see. Do we want a little protrusion like so? Perfect. Then we kind of want like the knuckle duster element that I mentioned. Actually, this guy might get an extra... Yeah, a little bit of extra deformation. And here is the auto smooth. The auto smooth that struggled a little to find last time. There we are. We might not go on for too long because yeah, do feel myself a little drained, and therefore not saying a lot. So I apologize for that. So thank you very much for sticking with me all the same. Anybody grow up with this cartoon? Oh, there's some gems in here. Forget which country it's from, but it's yeah, from a little stop-motion cartoon featuring a duck. No, different duck. But we also had Alfred the Equark. Yes, I believe it's Italian, yes. Much like Streken la linea. I think that's Italian too, right? Yes, Italian as well. Good times, good times. Yep. And that's all it was. That's all it kind of was. But it's very charming. Look it up on YouTube. I like to do things a little bit with a playlist that isn't just, you know, video game music. There's other stuff in there as well. Wonder if I can make these little knuckle dusters look even meaner. Probably help with the deformation. Yeah. You know, we're keeping things low poly right now, but we can do definitely some interesting things here. Another thing I know about this guy is that he's gonna have some big old pauldrons. Gonna look like a character out of Mad Max by the time we're done with him, I think. And this is like the easiest way to do clothing, right? It's just selecting polygons on the character, duplicating them and extruding them away. Like you ever want to like maybe just try this. Or like make a t-shirt or something. You just select these parts and you just duplicate it so you have them. Then you can sort of expand Alt S, flattening, and yeah. There you have a t-shirt. Very easy. And sometimes, I think it's just because it's kind of like what we're doing now is kind of sketching in 3D modeling form rather than doing things with concept art. That I like to have sort of the base form and then start adding things on top of that. Like I'm imagining some knee pads right now. I think, yes, I know exactly how I want to do them. Extrude like this. Then I'm gonna select those extruded vertices, have them go in on self. Like so. Remove the doubles. Then select this segment that we got here. You see that? And then we can extrude that. Now we have some knee pads. You'll see how, you'll definitely will be able to see how they look later on. I have a design in mind. The challenge with this design, of course, is we actually do want him to be sort of mean looking in the final result. We'll have to do little things like the nice little fluffy tail, of course, is something that feels almost in defiance of that. But you focus on the right areas and you can see your vision through. And of course, if anybody's seen Watership Down, I think it had like modern renditions, but nothing is as harrowing as the original animated movie. Yeah, leverpostej. That's like that, and our brown cheese and things like that. The world isn't ready. Actually, the world is ready in a funny way because, you know, the Jarlsberg cheese we know is sold around the world. But funny things happened with the brown cheese. Farrell here knows all about the Norwegian brown cheese. If you ever get the chance to try it, I encourage everybody here to try it. But it actually made a splash in like the Korean fast food market, which was kind of interesting. Used in like street foods. I saw that and I was like, damn, I want to try that. Yes, that is the one. Watership Down is the one where the rabbits kill each other. It's but it has a good point. It like story and everything. So I still recommend it. But with caveat, you have to have like the desire and I would say stomach for it. And if you don't, then I wouldn't blame you. There's a few of those movies that are like, can be a little tough. But it is very interesting when you talk to people and they talk about like the trauma of the Fox and the Hound or Bambi and things like that in terms of call it very little animal anthropomorphization with heavy themes and such. But yeah, those movies are like cakewalks compared to something like Watership Down or especially Plague Dogs. Plague Dogs basically broke me. in a good way. I really respect it, but yeah, it's not a casual viewing. Brötemisost. Good taste, good taste. Yeah, I'll try not to speak too much Norwegian here on streams, but, you know, chat brings it out of you, I suppose. And we have a very varied playlist here on stream. I think I can say confidently. Yes, we have the Neverhood soundtrack, and we also have the follow-up soundtrack Terry Scott Taylor did, Return to Neverhood, which not many people know about. So I always tell people, if you like the Neverhood soundtrack, look that up. It's on YouTube. It's on his own very own YouTube. And you know, it's you have to look it up, or you don't have to, but it's like Return to Neverhood is like a what's it called? It's like a narrative played through a soundtrack. So unlike the Neverhood soundtrack, which was made for video game environmental ambience, it's a lot more storytelling. Let's see. Actually, I think we want to. Is it, yeah, it's even, I'd say. Do we want, just trying to figure out how I want to do the pauldrons. Yeah, actually speaking of, Warhammer, I think, is part of popularizing pauldrons. Especially like Warhammer Fantasy, which inspired a lot of Warcraft. And Warcraft, of course, got the style that we see in... I forget the concept artist's name, but did all the concept art for stuff like World of Warcraft, Warcraft 3. I think actually since the start, but yeah. Featured pauldrons, very big pauldrons, quite heavily. And I think there is something very 90s about that aesthetic. Actually, let me see if I can find... there's like a board game setting that had like the biggest pauldrons you ever did see. It was called Chronopia, I believe. Which I think is kind of a forgotten setting. Yeah, there's unfortunately no real good images of it that I can find right now. But yeah, pauldrons that went above the heads of other characters. Hello, Vincent. Very welcome to you. Or very warm welcome, sorry. Let's see. Does that mess too much of the shape, is the question. experimenting a little. Yeah, I think we're cooking. Seems the auto smoothing got disabled earlier when we merged our models, but that's fine. We're back in business. Let's get in that reference image, eh? Where? Oh, there it is. Yeah, no, this was kind of interesting that the reference that I found actually had topology on it already. So it was there in the open on Google. We're just gonna use it as a reference. So all's good. So we might actually have to import this twice. Actually, we maybe not, just because I was thinking we do the same front and side thing, but yeah, we'll see how it goes. Get this centered as much as possible. Oop. Little too much. There we are. Oop. Didn't mess up anything there, did I? Oh. Love the original Animal Crossing soundtrack. Can we... front view? Then I wonder if I can. I'm just having multiples of the same shot, right? We want it flipped. Basically the same we did on the Molgaro stream. Yes, size, of course. Silly me. Perfect, 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 perfect. The reason why I really like that is just because we won't have as much polygonal fidelity, but I really appreciate somebody making the lines here. I think I'll have to side with that reference a little bit. Just building up the shape. Let's do the neck later. Focus instead on bridging this. Oh, what the what's the flip to the right of look out over there? I know exactly how that plays out. It's like, anybody here remember like the Disney's Hercules movie? He has like a toy of himself. He squeezes it and yeah, the eyes bulge out. Like that's exactly what I imagined. Sound and everything. But I like, you know, I'm not gonna claim my processes are the best or anything, but what I do like about them is I'm allowed to iterate and be quick about it and fix it later. And then comes the eyes here. While we are not going to have any real eye geometry, I typically feel it does help to have a little indentation where the eyes would be. Whoop, whoop. I wonder if it wouldn't be better if this was like this. Whoop. Something like that. And then we do it like so. We're gonna have a little bit more polygons than we're gonna need. Delete. Delete, delete later. Oop. Put it at the center, right? Yeah. Oh, thank you. Thank you, guys. And there's, you know, many ways of doing things. And you can get better at it the more you work at it. And oftentimes I just like to experiment with the workflow. Just want to see how this looks, because I feel like we have a small discrepancy between side profile and yeah, with the ears and everything. I think I like this. like that better. So already gonna merge some stuff together here because obviously this is too much, right? But we got like the cheek. Yeah. Then we also have the brow. We need to triangulate this. Then we split. Let's see. And then we can do the ears. Soundtrack's feeling very Animal Crossing today. I approve. There we are. If we can't... Let's be smart about this. That would be something like that. Ooh. Sorry about that, I think that was the soundtrack. Oh, bless you, Farrell. Farrell here is always so supportive of me. Doesn't that look a little bit like a bunny rabbit? Probably has a little too many polygons, but we'll get to that. Did like how that gave like the jaw line. Yeah. Let me scrunch this up a little bit. Yeah, leave the head that size, yeah. The only thing, the one nice thing here is, you know, I have Calico over here, so I know what size he is, and from that, I just make other shapes and characters in different sizes. We have a sip. I wonder if this is Tim Follin soundtrack or music. I kind of want, you know, I got to be careful, you know, over ambition and everything, but I would very much like, in like a post-release or something, add some cheat options in Combustion. Because the funny thing, here's the funny thing, actually, which I can share, is there's already, to do Big Head in, what is Calico dabbing? Let's see. It doesn't have an animation on him, I think. So, okay. Calico just wanted to dab. Okay. Sorry. The thing about in Combustion, there's already head tracking on things, which is stuff like Calico sees something interesting and he looks at that. And that also goes for the NPCs and such. And all you kind of need to do in Unity is you take control over certain things, you know, take over the animation or you add to it. All you kind of need to do is, you know, set that in, either to have an animation play, or just scale that bone in runtime. So many fun things you can do, like the chaos of this music isn't helping. Or it's doing too much. Let's see, do we want to give this guy a little bit more chest? Like, we're gonna be careful not to make him too intimidating, because yeah, it's the whole idea of him is that he makes up for what he lacks in physicality with insanity and general cruelness. Yeah, it's funny how he can. First we have the rig dance, of course. That's the reward you give yourself as a 3D modeler and rigger and everything. Just have fun, you know. The idea is to have this guy fairly quick, so I don't want to armor him up too much. Let me check on the reference. But do we want to add some chains? Do we want to... some bolts, maybe? I was thinking about doing that on here, but that might be a texture detail instead, because if you start adding too small stuff, it starts breaking the low poly a little too much. Let's give him some bolts on the shoulder pads. And then the music just stopped. There's some tracks on YouTube that are just like that. Can't really say why. Reminds me of, you know, Cloud has a little bit of a pauldron like this. Very iconic. There's probably better ways to fit this on top of the plane, but at the resolution we're working at, as long as you... Like the biggest thing is actually weight painting. Oh, hang on. Huh. That's interesting. What's going on here? Must have missed something. And I feel this is indented. Yes, a little too much. Thankfully detected, so... There we are. Okay, that makes more sense. Oh, Morrowind, that's also one for maybe streaming one day. You might... I'm beginning to think maybe shorter, sweeter, maybe multiple excursion into to games on streams could be good. You know, just so people can have like a sampling. Because I definitely know if I start playing Morrowind, that's like hundreds of hours type commitment, potentially. I don't know, some people like that, but I don't know. I don't think I'm established enough for that quite yet, for people to find that interesting. Oh, thanks, Morgado. Just figuring stuff out, where I want to take him. I think I want to do basically the trick that I did with the legs, except a little bit different, like a bit. So, and I just remembered, I do think we maybe have some geometry. Some rogue geometry. Ooh, the doubles. Do we want like some bracers or a belt or something like that? Yeah, I think we do. This is kind of interesting because that's like a... that's actually more like a fantasy trope, random bracers on people. Here's a good reason for also to like new Blender versus the old is like the undo system in edit mode is a little wonky. So if I do many things in edit mode and then try Control Z, I'll basically have the option of going all the way back or all the way back or not at all, basically, rather than the iterative steps that you are actually seeing me do. Just a quirk of older Blender. I'm wondering if we give him a little belt as well. Whoop. Oh. Hang on, guys. Coming to the rescue. There we are. Yet lost bot. Yeah, probably should ask for some moderators in time, but I don't want to, you know, don't want to inconvenience anyone. Like, you know, if I make anybody a mod, I don't want them to feel like that they then suddenly have to be at stream on all time. Yeah, about those, okay. They're starting to look like something. Might have to give him some big boots. Oh, that's a little too much. Then maybe elevate this a little. Yeah, that's definitely too much. It'll be hard to get the mix right. What you'll notice that I also fill the playlist with is there's a lot of tracks we all know, we love them, people, a lot of streamers use them. I like, and I do that, there's a lot of that in here, but I also like to just find the ones out there, open on YouTube, that some of them that plays with different sound fonts. That's because it's interesting, and sometimes it can sound really good. Sorry to hear about this. It might actually be something on my end that I have to fix. It's basically, it's actually kind of worried because we've been having some real internet troubles because the internet service provider just yeah, isn't the best. For some days it's been like hours without internet, basically. And then I go, you know, it's like several Norwegian Reddits or whatever. And I'm not very often on Reddit, but whenever the internet goes out, I check on there, and people are like, "Is everybody else's internet out?" And they're like, "Yep." I could make a very self-deprecating joke about low-quality raccoons, but I'm gonna stop myself. yeah, I think we might wrap up for the day. I am worried about. I have to do something with the. I feel I have to do something extra with the gloves. Like like right now, the pauldrons are really pronounced. I kind of like that. The punching gloves, not so much. So figuring out what to do there is important, I think. This is a good song. Original and rendition. Thank you very much, Mordok. And thank you, everyone. Try to be of quality. It's just, you know, typical things in little bit our culture, little bit my generation. You know, try to treat yourself as you would treat other people. And, you know, they're definitely out there, but most people you meet, you know, you aren't haters, so don't hate on yourself. Let's see. Definitely can do some retopology on this guy here. Yeah, we kind of want that, so... Just analyzing the shape a little. Doing little optimizations here. Because we want some thickness going on over there. Yeah, and I think that's common Tsunami, and it's like, you know, and it's easier said than done. I know, and know too much about that. Like, for those of you who don't know, I sometimes have talked about how depression, things like that. My 20s were teenage years and 20s. A lot of that going on. But since then, had some good realization, some good progress of what's good to do, what's not good to do. And, you know, basic realizations like, yeah, why treat yourself like you would treat other people, because why wouldn't you? You're just as much as a person as anybody else. You know, we can kind of chop this up for ages if we want, but I think here, I think this is good enough. Both of these are the same. Oh, I'm guessing this is a little bit offset. Yeah, because of the reference, right? And after we've done connect this, I think we might call it a stream. Thank you everybody, by the way, who gave me such well wishes when I was sick. I really appreciated that. And yeah, special shoutouts to Molgaro on that, because yeah, helps to talk to somebody with a bit of perspective. Ah yes, there we. So that we had he still has polygons inside of him. Let's just make double sure that we don't have any. Yeah, you see that we had one. I knew there was one because there's always one, right? Basically, we have an entirely mirrored model, and sometimes if you're not careful, you get these polygons that appear like so. Solid polygon. And that's gone. Yeah, I think we can call it there. I know it's a little bit short, of course, but I'm glad to have done this. And tomorrow, I'll be working on hopefully I have even more energy then. Work on Waradoc's commission. More about that then. It's a character commission. It's for a project that I think looks really cool. And also this coming week, I don't know if it's too early to talk about it, so I won't say anything, but might be playing something with somebody on stream if everything works out. Said member can speak up in chat if he's okay with it. Waradoc just made a Minecraft reference. Now, this is a Norwegian stream. We can't have a track play in cold Sweden. Oh, this is a great track, but... Let's try to... Oh, okay. I think that's a good track to end on. If you have any questions, comments, anything, do speak up, and yeah, I'll do my best to answer that. I think next stream, finish up some of the details, get him into Substance Painter, and finish him up. Do a little bit tall neck right now, but yeah. There we are. Oh, thank you guys. Thank you so much, everyone. It's really nice of you to come in there, especially, yeah, low energy, as I said, but I'm very glad to have done this. And what can I say? People are very nice to me. People are very chill. People are... and funny. I think that's the other thing. People have a real good sense of humor. I think I'm just gonna call it there, guys. Hope to see you guys tomorrow, if you can make it. I know, of course, it's a Monday. So not everybody will be able to for various reasons. With that, I think I'm gonna say goodbye and reach out if you have any questions or comments about today's stream. Have a good Sunday and yep, rest of the week. New week, new possibilities. See you later, guys. Stay safe.